Hey guys! Alright, we're going to take a look at number 11 together to get you started on these problems here. And then I think you should be able to do 13 on your own, and then I'd like you to try 15 and 17 on your own, but I do have brief notes at the end of this video about 15 and 17, so try those on your own, and if you can't figure them out, you can come back to this video at the end. I give like kind of hints or tips to how to get started with those. So we're going to take a look at number 11 to start with. So to start with on number 11, we have this triangle. And it's basic Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse there. So you should find the length of the hypotenuse as the square root of 17. So that should be fairly straightforward and basic at this point. So then from there, the problem asks us to find, yep, there it is with the hypotenuse in. So it tells us to find the cosine of 2 theta. So at this point, you can use any of the double angle identities. I used cosine squared minus sine squared, but I'm sure you've noticed that for cosine of 2 theta, you've got 3 options. So you can use any of them, and you should end up with the same answer for any of those. But I went with cosine squared minus sine squared theta, so then it's just plug and chug. So sorry for the little, it's kind of messy there. I wrote the wrong number and then didn't feel like rewriting the whole thing. So cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 4 over the square root of 17, all of that squared, minus sine squared theta, so sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over the square root of 17 squared, and then again, you just kind of plug and chug, you do the math, so 4 over the square root of 17 squared is 16 over 17, minus 1 over the square root of 17 squared, so minus 1 over 17 gives us 16 over 17 minus 1 over 17, 15 over 17. So hopefully at this point, this should be fairly clear how we did this with cosine of 2 theta. And then, so number, if you want to go ahead and pause, I'd like you to try 13 and 15 and 17 at this point. But if you have problems with 15 and 17, you can come back. Here is a tip now for number 15. So for number 15, notice it's asking you for the cosecant of 2 theta. So remember that cosecant is 1 over sine. So you can find sine of 2 theta and then take your answer and just flip it, because cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So there's a tip for number 15, and then you can pause it and come back if you needed a tip now for number 17. So for number 17, it's the sine of 4 theta. So remember that 4 theta is the same thing as 2 times 2 theta. So you can say that the sine of 4 theta is equal to the sine of 2 times 2 theta. And then you use your double angle identity. So that's the same thing as 2 sine 2 theta cosine 2 theta. And then you can do the double angle identities again with your now simplified sine of 2 theta cosine 2 theta. So be careful with that one. Just go slowly. Make sure you're not losing any of your signs or anything like that. If you have any questions on those, let me know. If you need, especially 17, I think might be a little bit trickier. So if you want to work together on that one, or if you want me to make another video, let me know. So hope you guys are good on 11 through 17.